We've now got a Swedish organisation that has decided to withdraw Australian bonds or purchasing bonds, in other words, investing in various state enterprises around this country, all because we haven't done enough about climate change. I mean, this is wrong, Tina. This is now interfering in our country in a different way, in another way, and this starts to really financially damage our country.
Well, Sweden alone isn't going to have much effect, but the worry is this lunacy spreads, and I think we've got to, as Bronwyn said, bring in laws to prevent this, tell the Swedish to bugger off. I mean, it is frightening that this could happen, Gary, and we have to stop it. We've got to fight back and hold on to the great country we've got.
Well,
I'm very concerned about this interference, Bronwyn.
Yes.
Very concerned.
Well, yes, and rightly so, because it is really a new form of protectionism. It's no longer protecting Sweden's products or industry. They're trying to protect an ideology and put it into practice. And it's no different from any other form of socialism, whether it came from the Soviet Union, the National Socialists, or Mao Zedong. And we have to be prepared to say, well, you try that on us and we might retaliate. Because I mean, that's the Queensland government, which is in debt, and it's gone to the market with a bond issue, and Sweden's saying, well, we're not interested in your bond issue because you won't, basically because they're building the Adani mine, I'd say. So that sort of interference in our country is not on, and if it needs some retaliation, we should be taking it.
It's also a form of blackmail,
No, we should retaliate.
Well, I think I'm gravely concerned about Australia's national sovereignty. I mean, the fact that we have a large debt is a reality that is unfortunate. I mean, Bronwyn and I, when we were in the Parliament, we paid down government debt. We got it down to a point where there was a government surplus, and the failures of the world's greatest treasurer, Wayne Swan, that produced the debt. And of course, we've got a growing debt. The debt's even bigger again now because, frankly, to buy your way out costs money. But Colin Tinknell, I'm worried about national sovereignty. This is a free kick for you as a One Nation man. I mean, we all should be worried about the people who we owe money to. The person who pays the piper calls the tune, or whatever the saying is.
Yeah, well, look, the two states that I think Sweden are probably targeting the most are Queensland and WA, because we're big mining and coal and we've got the natural gas up in the north. Now, that natural gas gives West Australia energy, the cheapest energy in Australia. We don't have to have all the other problems you've been having in the east, because we did a deal with the 15% that we retained for ourselves. Look, these guys are hypocrites. They are absolute hypocrites. Their wokeness, is just pathetic. I mean, I'm sure they've got mobile phones and the lithium that's needed and the rare earths that are needed for half of their machines and computers are all coming out of mines in Queensland and WA. And they are the nation's building sort of states of Australia that we rely upon. Otherwise, our hospitals, our mental health, our roads, our freeways and the infrastructure just can't be built.